This is a national wild and scenic river, which means it has been nationally recognized for its epicness. I've got a fun fact for you, and who doesn't love fun facts? So I was researching the National Wild and Scenic River designation. Apparently there's 209 rivers in the United States that have that designation, and 57 of them are in Oregon, which means 27% of all of the national wild and scenic rivers in the USA, 50 states, are all in Oregon. So it'd be fair to call Oregon the National Wild and Scenic River capital of the United States. And I was born and raised in Oregon and grew up my whole life here in Oregon, and I didn't even know that until I looked that up. So I don't know if people who live in Oregon fully appreciate our river prowess, that we are number one in rivers. So I found that educational. And this is certainly a pretty epic river. I'll come over here to the shoreline. Kind of a lazy river section. You can see off in the distance that rock, that's actually volcanic lava formations. One of the cool things about Deschutes River is right up against Newberry Volcanic National Monument lava lands. So that's kind of neat. You have a lot of sections, and you can see ones coming up that we'll be getting to shortly, that you're actually seeing a lava formation on the other side of the river. It's pretty epic. I will continue to hike. Today is May 6, 2022. It is spring. In keeping with my contrarian strategy, I came off season, it being spring, came off week, it being a weekday, Friday, and I came off time, it being right at sunrise. By coming off season, off week, off time, I maximized the chance of there being nobody here, and I was successful because I'm the only one here. I am the only one in the parking lot. Now, I have no doubt later today that will change, especially being a Friday, and also as if it stops raining. I'm sure later this afternoon this place will be a pretty wild and active place, probably dozens and dozens of people here, but for now I am ahead of the rush, which I enjoy the hikes a lot more when I am getting the solitude I seek. You know, it's kind of funny when I talk about trying to avoid the crowds. It kind of sounds like I am anti-people. I actually like people. I love socializing with people, but it just so happens that hiking is one of the few times that I am not in a social mood. I actually would prefer to have the solitude, which is for me part of that kind of communing with nature. Is it, for some reason I've always viewed it as a private experience, maybe because I derive something from it personally. So one of the few times I don't want to be interspersed in large crowds of people. Time and place for everything. So I realize I sound like I'm a very antisocial individual, which I'm actually not. But hey, when you're hiking, you want to be away from crowds. That's my mentality and approach. And it is starting to rain even more heavy. And yes, even the squirrels don't like it. I understand. I don't like it either. Maybe that was a bird, but still, I saw a squirrel. And I think I'm gonna come down here and take a look. Always looking for beautiful areas. And we're kind of getting more to a proper lava rock area on the other side of the river. Again, that's Lava Lands, Newberry National Volcanic Monument. So I almost tripped. And let's stop here and take a look. As far as I'm concerned, you can divide the Deschutes River hiking system into 16 miles of worthy trails, and I do 2 8-mile sections, north and south. I'm doing north today, I did south previously. That one is Sun Lava Path to Benham Falls to Dillon Falls. You can see videos on Rumble of that. Both epic. You can do it as a 16er, and I've done that before, but then you end up kind of blowing by the pretty areas, and if you want to stop and savor them, I would recommend doing it as 2 8-milers. Or if you really want to be fancy, you could do one 8-mile point by point, point to point, if you have a second car, but it's not really my style. I like to return back to where I parked. I don't like to get too fancy, so I would rather do 2 8-mile out and backs. And I can tell by the increase in the river speed and the volcanic rock on the other side that we are approaching a more epic section. And look at that as the sun is coming down on the Whitewater Rapids in the distance. Did I mention that across the way, that is lava rock on the right of the river, right up against Newberry National Volcanic Monument lava lands? And look at that. That is beautiful.